Hey guys, this is day 4. We are about to get out of here. This is the second take, which you don't really realize, but we're fighting the audio gods still. We are not in their favor at this point.
If you're an audio engineer or an audio professional and you want to donate your time to aBlogtoWatch, do we have a job for you?
Oh boy, we beg of you, please.
We've decided that we want to live stream our entire lives, and we need a good audio guy for that.
Yeah, apparently.
So what did we see today in terms of watches that really stood out to you?
Bilal and I went to Piaget. You were somewhere else. And
I was somewhere else.
Indeed. And yeah, Piaget is back big time. I mean, last year was quite disappointing with the Altiplano 60th anniversary. But this year, new booth, new watches, amazing new stuff. I saw a flying tourbillon piece with some green stone, whatever that was. I will have to look that up. You will see some.
What case was it in?
It was in a perfectly round 40mm Altiplano case.
Okay, flying tourbillon?
Yeah, with a flying tourbillon up at 2 o'clock and time displayed at around 7 o'clock. But the overall layout and just the workmanship was just stunning. But it's like 116,000 or something like that.
Explain to people what the Piaget booth was like, because it was really impressive.
A lot of life in there. I wouldn't call it jungle, but because it was very simple. It was like a garden, basically.
It was like an inside, like what do they call a conservatory garden?
Yes.
There was a puddle, a big puddle in there.
With water flowing
Pretty
from
puddle,
yeah.
white plants. Look, booths this year were very good. A lot of great booths.
Yeah.
This is the first year that Hermes was here at SIHH, and I really like some of their new stuff. I mean, for between $5,000 and $7,000, there's a lot of watch, a lot of value right there. Good, distinctive designs, a combination of elements from a well-known luxury brand to, really good mechanics, decent movements. They have the in-house manufacturer Bochet that's owned by them.
Partially. They are minority.
Fair enough. But they get to call it in-house, right? Whatever that means anymore. So good, strong year for them. We met with Richard Dubuis, and I love those Lamborghini watches. You're really into those. What do you think they got so right about the Lamborghini watches?
It's funny, there was this picture in the room where we were meeting, and it showed the new watch, which had a blue strap, blue dial and bezel elements, and some other red accents here and there. And behind it was a blue Aventador shown from behind, so you could see its brake lights and stuff. And the two products went together so amazingly well, and they said, well, actually, technically, these two products were designed at separate times and without any sort of collaboration. And they keep banging on about this, but actually, you know what, they are right, that the two brands really go well together. Same amount, basically the same production every year, 3,500 watches and 3,800 cars, which is going to bump up now to 8,000 with the Euros, the new SUV, but that's irrelevant in this regard. They are both part of major groups. Lamborghini is, it belongs to Volkswagen, that's right, and Roger de Buis, of course, rich one, but they are all doing whatever they want to do, at least on the surface. So the products really go well together. Some challenges there. They told us that they want to be in the all in the like 140 Lamborghini dealerships, and in some dealerships they actually have to hold like trainings, because the guys who are selling $400,000 Lamborghinis have no idea that watches that can cost $250,000 exist. So that
it's still pretty niche. Let's be honest.
It is, for sure. Yeah, it's just weird that it's new to them.
What I like about it is I'm able to celebrate a rare successful partnership between watch brand and car maker.
Yeah.
It is uncommon for them to work really well. Hublot is one of the only other ones that does it really well.
Parmigiani is trying with Bugatti.
It's just too quiet.
More stuff is going to happen there, but yeah, it's been very.
It's a long relationship, but I wouldn't. When people think Parmigiani, they don't think Bugatti.
The problem there is how often do you see a new Bugatti? Every 3-4 years, or maybe like with the Super Sport and the Vitesse and all these different variations.
Not enough new ones. That makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense. We're here at the Ulysse Nardin booth. You wouldn't know from the video. I'm holding the Freak Vision. This is the latest Freak in a long line of Freaks, and this incorporates some of the technology that we saw last year from the Innovision concept. My favorite thing here is the oddly named grinder. This is a new form of automatic winding mechanism. This is the first automatic Freak. What I really like about this is you have a thoroughly modern in design and technology, high-end timepiece that still is firmly set in the world of horlogerie.
That's what it is.
And it's very difficult to
Exactly.
to find something like that. About $100,000.
It's under. It's 90,
Under
95.
95,
Yeah,
95,000. That's right. And it feels like an excellent use of that money if you have it, which I think helps define a lot of the show, and that is a lot of good value for the money. Of course, that
We're
money
talking
can
about,
range
yeah, exactly, exactly.
from a few $1,000s up to hundreds of thousands of dollars, but
I mean, I was looking at this from this angle, and what I saw was this massive bridge that's very delicately CNC machined and polished and all that. And I thought to myself, well, that kind of reminds me of a Richard Mille. Of course, the Freak was around, actually, early 2000,
2001,
which is, I think that's where about Richard Mille started. But of course, we remember the Freak from 2001, and we don't remember Richard Mille from 2001. So anyway, I'm not going to compare like that. But I was looking at this, and I thought to myself, that looks like, you know, like basically Richard Mille tech right there, and it's 95,000, not 950,000. So it's weird. We're talking about value. We get it, but we talked about Hermes for about 5,000-7,000. So value and more competitive pricing across the board is what we're seeing this year.
I've seen more watches at this SIHH 2018 that I want to buy than pretty much the last 5 SIHHs combined.
Yeah. How amazing is that? So we actually have a hard time coming up with our top 10 because we always do a top 10 after SIHH and after Basel. And
it's
this
going to be
year,
a fight.
Yeah, whose favorite watch are we going to have to leave out, because there's a bunch of them, and it's going to be an exciting top 10.
How are we going to have like tiebreakers? Are we going to like wrestle or play darts? If we play pool, you're going to win every single time.
That's right.
We have to find a game that we're all equally good at.
Yeah, like, can you play bowling? I can't.
Bowling?
Yeah, we could put the watches on the little things, the pins, and then just see
by
which one
saying
stands.
"Can you play bowling?" answers my question.
Yeah, right.
I wish I was really good at bowling right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm not good at it. That's why.
This is the end of SIHH 2018 for us. There's still the public day, so you won't be listening to this in time to go. Maybe you will be. I don't know. But that'll be the day that everyone can go to SIHH.
Tomorrow.
That you're in Geneva and you want to go to Pal Expo.
Yeah. Tomorrow we are running around in Geneva visiting a number of brands and also off-site, so that's just in Geneva.
This was a good show. We definitely felt like it was I don't want to say transitional year, because every year is a transitional year, but a time when a lot of brands were restructuring, refocusing, new management, new products, new directions, and it's an exciting time because for the first time in a while I feel like the industry is moving in the direction it needs to. Of course, it is a big industry. Well, it's not that big of an industry, but we got big companies, and movement is glacial. But we've been advocating a lot of direction for them for years, and I feel like they are moving
slowly. Yeah.
And not that we're captains of the ship, but at least we're at the helm or the bridge. We're in the bridge.
Yeah.
And we're there being part of all that, and I feel very positive about that. And we look forward to going to Miami next month for Watches and Wonders, which is kind of like an extension of the show. There'll be maybe some new watches there as well.
A bit early in the year, to be honest. I mean, Watches and Wonders used to be in October, now it's in February, so there's not much time, not much space in between the two, but...
In an industry where everything used to be about being able to predict stuff, we can no longer predict stuff, which I kind of like.
How amazing is that? Yeah,
I love the chaos.
Like that. Yeah, that's great.
This was a fun SIHH. Thank you so much for following our content. And thank you to David and the rest of the team for putting together this video and the other media. Bilal is off screen right now. He is passed out. No. Thanks, everyone.
See you February in Miami and in Basel, March, which is just around the corner. Thanks again.